Oh, we look at the time. It's high noon. How's it going, guys? It is Plastic Disasta, and continuing on Heroes Month, we're going to take a look at the high-grade Universal Century High New Gundam. Now, if you guys are familiar with the regular New Gundam, you know this is Amuro's final mobile suit. Now, what's the difference between the High New and the regular? Well, the High New, it's basically like an alternate version of the High New. Think of it as a Elseworld Universal Century, because this mobile suit is from the novel Mobile Suit Gundam Showa's Counterattack Belchachico's Children. Now, I never read the novel, but with what I heard, it's kind of like the same plot as the movie Showa's Counterattack, but just with different mobile suits. Taking a look at the box art, we have the High New Gundam firing its beam rifles and its fin funnels. Taking a look at this side of the box, it just shows off the articulation of the backpack, talks about the fin funnel, weapon layout, the gimmick, and the New Gundam in action pose. Moving on to this side of the box, we have the front and rear shot of the kit, and moving on over here is a nice CG art of the New Gundam flying in the battlefield. After cracking open the manual, you get 4 bags of runners and a manual. Looking at the cover of the manual, we see a familiar front shot of the kit, and cracking it open just shows more information of the New Gundam and its weapons and a familiar CG render. And checking the parts list, and looks like we're going to be using all of them. And moving on back, just shows off more action poses and a color guide if you're planning on painting it, and a familiar rear view image. Starting off with runner A, we're going to have a multicolored runner. We got some silver, some gunmetal, some clear blue beam effect parts, and some blue parts. Runner B and 2 runner C's, they are going to be the white parts. 2 runner D's for more blue parts. Finally, we got some polycaps, marking stickers, and color correcting stickers. Runner E is going to be the metallic gray parts. But that's going to be it for the unboxing, and looks like it's going to be a pretty quick build. So I'm going to put this kit together right now, and I'll see you guys right after. And after a few hours later, here's what the kit is going to look like. And my experience of building this is actually very easy. I think beginners can really get into this because the color separation is really good, and the engineering, once again, really good as well. Though there is one problem: the kit is a little back heavy, so that's why I have to make it stand in a kind of a weird position. Moving on to stickers, starting with this piece, it goes onto the eyes. This little sticker right here goes onto the forehead, and this sticker right here, it goes onto the back of the head, but you can barely see it. This tiny Londo Bell logo sticker goes onto the collar right over here, or alternatively, you can use the marquee sticker instead. Moving onto the waist down, this white sticker right here goes onto the crotch piece right over here, and these silver stickers, they go onto the tip of the feet. Moving on to the marking stickers, they have their own dedicated location too. The 01 goes onto this shoulder. This symbol right here, the unicorn, goes onto this shoulder right there. And the giant LB right here goes onto this side skirt. And this EFSF logo goes onto this side skirt. These fuel tanks, each one of them has one of the EFSF logo, and the third one is going to go onto the bazooka right here. Finally, this big marker sticker is going to go onto this shield. Moving on to seam lines, and since we're on the back, and the only seam lines you have to worry about are the ones on the fuel tanks, while everything else are very well hidden. Now, for this review, I'm just going to continue as an out-of-box presentation because I haven't decided whether I want to give it a full paint job or give it some detail work. So let's just move on to accessories, starting off with hand options. The one we have on the kit would be the weapon holding hands, and next up you have a trigger finger hand for the right side. Next up you have its beam rifle. Now it looks really cool and all, but there is one problem. It's molded in the wrong colors, because usually it's supposed to be white and silver, so you're going to have to do some work on it. You have the Hyper Bazooka, you have the handle that swings forward and backwards. Now, same problem with the beam rifle, molded in the wrong colors, painted white and silver. You have its shield, really well done, nice engineering on this one. You also have the adapter on the back, and also really nice touch when they put a metallic gray piece behind it. Anyways, you have this adapter piece which you can put on the side or under the arm, and it only plugs in on the left arm. 2 beam saber effect parts, one long, one short, and the beam saber handles are stored onto the backpack. Well, both sides. Now the problem is, it's a shame that you don't have 2 long and 2 short beam saber effect parts. But it's still cool that you have beam saber effect parts going on the top and bottom. Or you can have them dual wield it, one hand goes on the long one and one hand goes on the short one. And the final accessories we're going to look at will be the fin funnels. Now these 2 funnels I just pulled out are the actual functioning one, while the rest of them are just dummies. If you want these funnels flying around, you're going to need this adapter piece for the action base, but the problem is it's not the best connection. Moving on with articulation, the head is on a ball joint and it could look up very far up because of this piece right here. For the shoulder, it can spin forwards and backwards, rotate. The shoulder pad can move independently. The arm can go up this far. You also have a bicep swivel. The elbow can bend a little bit over 90 degrees. The wrist is on a ball joint. As for the torso, well, you only get a ball joint on the waist. And speaking of the waist, the front skirt can move out this far. The side skirt can move out just a little bit and can also rotate. As for the back skirt, it's in a fixed position. As for the leg, the thigh is on a ball joint, so it does everything what a ball joint does, but the sad thing is it doesn't spread that far. As for the bend of the knee, you get a double bend. And moving on to the foot, it can move forward this far, it can move back this far, and for the pivot, it can go this far, which is actually pretty nice, and you also get rotation because this is on a ball joint. Finally, moving on to the backpack, the stabilizer can move up and down. This can swing forward and backwards and move up and down. I already told you these funnels are fake or dummies, and this can rotate, and the fuel tanks are on a ball joint. Overall, the articulation on this kit, it's good, though it's not the greatest. But what I can say is that it's actually pretty good for its time. Moving on to size comparisons, here it is right next to the standard size RX-782, and as you can see, the high new Gundam is taller than the regular Gundam. But let's also throw in the regular new Gundam and see how it compares. Will you look at that? It towers over the high new. Now usually I will compare this kit to his arch nemesis, the Nightingale, but the thing is, I don't have it. I mean, have you seen that thing? That thing's a beast. I'm not sure if I want to get that kit or not. Anyways, here is Prime and Godzilla. So that's gonna be it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Moving on to my final thoughts. Overall, it's a pretty nice kit. Now, does it age pretty well? I think so. Now, even though I did not do any detailed work on this kit, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's pretty easy to do. And it's also a good practice for masking for the beam rifle and bazooka. And not forget to mention, it's back heavy. What I was trying to say is that there are some surface details, so you're gonna have fun paneling on this kit. Also get yourself an action base stand. But that's gonna be it for the review. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And if you like this sort of content, be sure to subscribe to see more. And if you have any questions, concerns, comment down below, leave a like. I'll see you guys in the next video. You still can't convince me to get the Nightingale.